During the freezing winter month of January, Jeff and Felicia were on their yearly trip up to Colorado with their overly talented monkey Julio. Each winter, the small family went up to Keystone for a full week to help escape from the stress of their jobs. On the long trip, Jeff turns up the radio to hear about a major snowboarding accident that happened in Switzerland earlier this week. Of course, he doesn't think much of it until he reaches the top of the mountain the next day. Jeff looks down over the white landscape before him. Felicia and Julio both are strapping up their bindings. Only a small time before they started down the winding trail. Jeff straps up and skids down to meet Felicia and Julio, distracting himself with today's weather. Altogether, today wasn't a bad day to be out. It was a little warm, about 30 degrees at the top of the mountain. This made the snow a little loose and the ice skid off the bottom of the board even more quickly than usual. But still, the small group had been in worse. Felicia mumbles through a scarf that they're all set and ready for the trek down the mountain, and Julio gives a whooping howl in confirmation. Jeff goes first, spotting the good paths without much debris. Felicia follows somewhat close behind as not to lose him, and Julio follows at more of a safe distance from Felicia, finding his own small ramps and doing small tricks while he can. They weave across the mountain, hearing nothing but their own boards and the wind across her face. But is nothing really nothing? The big siren plays at the bottom of the mountain, signaling there is danger. With Julio's whooping and the wind and the sound of snow across their boards, it's impossible to hear such a thing from a far distance. Even if the family would have heard such a siren, they couldn't have gotten anywhere. Far behind them, at the top of the mountain, the combination of snow and ice had gotten too heavy to hold on such a large slope. Just the tiny movement of Mush starts a monopoly. Mush pile drives down the mountain at a greater speed than any of the snowboarders can imagine, covering families as it shifts. Doing twists and turns, Julio sees what used to be a mountain full of trees is now a big pile of snow, ice, and toppled trees hurling down at them. While being lost in the sight, Julio runs blindsided into a bush. Jeff kept ahead of it for a slight amount of time, but no person can outrun an avalanche. All he heard before being covered like a bed with a sheet was Julio's screeching howl and the roar of the snow behind him. Being caught under snow is an indescribable moment. There's a feeling of helplessness as you can't move and all you see is white around you. The chill mixes with fear to make something that not any one person could pinpoint. Jeff was still alive, very little damage being done. He struggled about in the snow, trying to create space for himself. He managed to unhook his bindings so that he could move his feet. The only way to tell what direction you're facing is to use gravity as your ally. Jeff dug upward, the opposite of where his necklace was hanging. He dug up, sticking a hand out, and there was a warm hand to meet his. Felicia, but no sign of Julio.